Good morning, students. Let's start a new topic, that is vegetative propagation. Vegetative propagation is a method of asexual reproduction in plants. As we have already studied in our later videos that what is the asexual mode of reproduction in which one individual that develop into a new individual. So in this also vegetative propagation, any vegetative part except the seed, the vegetative parts that are developed into a new plant, that is called vegetative propagation. So vegetative propagation in plants is a method of asexual reproduction in which the parts other than seeds are used. Is called vegetative propagation. So in vegetative propagation, सीड्स को छोड़ के अगर हम किसी भी दूसरे पार्ट से प्लांट को ग्रो करते हैं, न्यू प्लांट्स लगाते हैं, दैट इज कॉल्ड वेजिटेटिव प्रोपगेशन. सो इन दिस वे दोज प्लांट्स विच डोंट हैव सीड्स they can be grown with the help of vegetative propagation only. So here are some examples where plants are grown by using stem. There are a number of plants that don't have seeds and we usually grow them with the help of stem. Like you can see sugarcane. In sugarcane, the stem portion that having nodes, they have some bud-like structure. They are buried in the ground and these buds that get developed into new plant. So in the same way, there's another example like potato. Potato is also a stem. It is underground, but it is a stem. As we can see, the buds on it. So these buds, these parts are called eyes, and these can be developed into new plant if they are buried in the soil. So there is another example, like roots. Some plants are grown by using roots only, as there is example of garlic, ginger and turmeric. In this, the solid part, they are called the roots, and in which you can see the number of roots appears on that. So these roots that can be used to develop a new plant. In the same way, leaves can also be used to propagate a new plant for the vegetative propagation. Example of the leaves is bryophyllum. In bryophyllum, at the each node of the leaf, there is buds or the new parts can appear and roots appear. So these all parts of the leaf that can develop into a new plant. So it is a method of vegetative propagation. So in this way, the different parts of the plant like stem, root and leaves, they can be used to develop into a new plant. These are some natural methods, but artificially you can also grow, or we usually grow by artificial methods. Vegetative propagation can be done. So there are some example of it, of the artificial propagation. In artificial propagation, the simplest method is the cutting. In cutting method, any part of the plant that can be used, any piece that can be used to propagate it into a new plant. Like you all have seen the rose stem. If we cut a piece of the rose stem that having roots and bury it in the soil, the roots that get appeared after it buried in the soil. So it is a cutting method in which one part of the plant that is used to propagate. So it is called cutting method. It gives root artificially after some time from the lower end of the shoot. So this method is cutting. Second, another method is layering. Layering, that means the roots are artificially induced on the stem branches before they are detached from the parent plant. So, in layering, we generally use those plants which have some flexible stems. These stems, out of these, one of the stems that buried in the soil, one part of it is buried in the soil. After few days, the roots appear in this, and after appearing the roots, we can detach from here. So, we will get a new plant from the parent plant without disturbing the parent plant. So this is a method. This is called layering. It can also be done in air also. We can write it as air layering. In air layering, those plants which have some hard stem and we cannot fold it. So the outer bark that is removed from the stem and soil is put and some cloth is tied on it. After few days, some roots will appear here and then we detach it from its parent plant and it will develop into a new plant. So this is air layering. There is another method for artificial propagation. This is called grafting. Grafting is a method where you can collectively make a one plant from the two different plants. So you can get the characters of both different plants in the one plant only. By this method, we use one part, that is rooted portion. This plant is called stalk. While the another plant that we use in stalk portion, we make some shape like wedge shape. And another plant we use is the upper part one, stem portion. This is called stem. And after that, they will fixed with each other, and after few days, they will merge with each other and make a single plant. So now the fruits or the product you will get having the characters of both plants, of stalk and the stem. So grafting is a very interesting method by which you can develop a hybrid-like character, means characters of two plants that can be merged in the single plant, so that you can get the more desirable character in one. At last, there these are the artificial methods of vegetative propagation, means layering and grafting and cutting. And before that we have done the natural methods of the vegetative propagation. So overall you know what is vegetative propagation. If you grow plant from stem, roots or leaves, except seeds को छोड़ के, you can grow plant from the other parts of the plant. So this is called vegetative propagation. What is its advantage? How and why we have to, why we need vegetative propagation? If you want plant of the same parent character, then you can do vegetative propagation. Or if there are some plants which don't have some viable seeds, or they don't make seeds, so that they can not grow with the help of seeds, so you can perform this vegetative method of propagation. With the help of this, those plants can be grown easily. So what are the advantages? You can write. Number 1, it is a very quick method of propagation. You need not to wait for the season, so it makes seeds, so you don't have to wait for the seeds. Second, new plants that appear, that will be exactly like their parents. So you can get the same plant as you want. Third one is large number of plants you can grow. Large number of plants can be grown in a single time. एक ही पार्ट से आप काफ़ी सारे प्लांट्स जो है वो उगा सकते हैं. सो नेक्स्ट इज दैट वी हैव ऑलरेडी सेड, seedless plants can be grown very easily with the help of vegetative propagation. And some plants are seedless, while some they have not viable seeds. If seeds are not viable, means they don't remain active for the long time, and they are not active, they also can be grown with the help of the vegetative parts. So these are our advantages of vegetative propagation. So you can apply it in your daily life also. So this is our today's topic, vegetative propagation. Thank you.